Welcome back to Let's Play Rome Total War Carthage Campaign episode 128 with me, Squawker. And when we left off, we had captured Batavium and dealt another blow to the enemy. Discovered that the Thracians are actually really weak. And XYZ. Also, the Brutii, instead of me coming to them, because I wasn't quite sure if I was going to commit to an attack or not, have actually come to me instead. Looks like Captain Marcus got promoted all of a sudden, which hints to me that maybe the Brutii are now running a little thin on family members, which is pretty useful to me. Yeah, he's come to us. He's brought his big old army full of massive spammy artillery all over the shop, and well, don't really have much of an option. We're going to take him on quickly before he sits around and festers. If we break his army here, might come with a nice opportunity for us to help ourselves to a bit more of Sicily. So while that's going on, let's also just make sure that everything else is going cool. So we're currently also attempting to spy on the Gauls, just trying to find out what's going on. Looks like the garrison's a little bigger than expected, but then again, it's not like Gaul really has a lot to do, so I guess I could grow a garrison if I wanted to. The Julii have been spamming assassins everywhere and did kill off one of our family members as well, unfortunately. So right now I've got my assassin trying to do some assassin cleanup because, yeah, this is just getting out of control. We're also launching an invasion into Greece because the Greek cities have fallen. Thrace only won about 2 provinces in total. They got control of Propontis and Pannonia. Everything else belongs to a mix of the Britannians and the Julii. Therefore, if the Julii are trying to set themselves up here, and I suspect this is where they're getting all their navy from, but they keep spamming out over here, it's not only making a lot of money for themselves and the Brutii, it means they've got a new base to try and build themselves back up to. That's why we're sending a large-scale invasion to try and just basically barrel down the coast, capture Illyria, and then start tunneling down into Greece. So that is what we're up to over there. So we've got plans in place to try and stop the Julii. It is delaying my attack on Rome, but at the same time, hey, extra provinces for me to take, especially now that we are actually exactly halfway to victory, with 25 regions under our control, so another 25 to go. So that's going to take us ages, but nah, not really. Capturing these Greek cities will probably boost us up really to a nice round 30 to 35-ish, and then really little will be in our way of capturing Rome and then fulfilling the ultimate victory for Carthage, which is the liberation of Tyre, in order to make sure that we control our ancestral homelands. But at the same time, that means breaking bonds with Egypt. And right now, Egypt is not only my ally, they are my... well, they're not my protectorate, but I am now a protectorate of Egypt. This means I sign off a little bit of our sovereignty over to them, but at the same time, it seems to be working for Armenia, so what works for Armenia probably works for us. I mean, they just seem to be enjoying a happy little existence over there, so let them enjoy their happy little existence. I'll enjoy my little existence without threat of Egypt suddenly invading me. I'm going to keep spying on them just to keep an eye on them, however, but yeah, I'm just going to do what I'm doing, just keep on attacking Rome. No more Egypt to worry about. I am maintaining a strong garrison in Africa though, just in case. Not going to 100% blindly trust them. I mean, that's why I'm deploying spies around the area. Anyway, enough chitty chatter and litty latter, or whatever you want to call it. We do have things to do. Mainly, the thing we have to do is attack the Brutii and stop them from taking Lilybaeum. Not exactly planning to sacrifice my beachhead. And while my army here isn't the best in the world because it does lack support of, well, let's face it, the cavalry isn't brilliant, but yeah, whatever. And I probably went a bit too overboard on the skirmishers, but I will have reinforcements from Lilybaeum, so we're going to basically take both of us. We're going to take him on. Hopefully we don't have the disaster of reinforcements being late. But remember, this guy does spam the artillery. However, the rest of his army does leave a lot to be desired. But even with just about 5,000 men in the army, a little less, but you know, we're getting close to 5,000, maybe 4,500. We're in that region. So we outnumber him by about 2,000 men, and even then we're only on a 1-to-1 strength ratio. This is mainly because he does have quite a few urban and Praetorian cohorts making up the main body of infantry in his army, and he does have an entire unit of Praetorian cavalry at his command who will prove to be extremely deadly. He does have a lot of artillery. However, if he chooses not to use this artillery, then we might be in an advantage. He might just choose to spam it all over the shop, but I think what we'll do is we'll just try and keep our infantry deployment back a little bit, just in case of late reinforcements. We'll try and take him out of artillery before we take him out on the field. either way, it's really a lot of stuff up in the air, but we're going to just try and take him on. And yeah, Vettias, you honestly better turn up on time, and you honestly better be useful to this, because yeah, unfortunately Juba Volubis can't do everything on his own, and I don't exactly want him dying in battle. That would be a bit of a disaster, wouldn't it? You know what, we'll do what we can today.
Men, this battle is inevitable, but victory hangs in the balance. Act with courage, O noble soldiers, and victory is in our grasp. So, let your battle cries ring out clear and loud. Death! Death and glory!
Death, glory, the death of a Brutii, that will be all that is necessary. But the death of a Brutii will be essential to victory in this battle, and essential to overall victory in Sicily. This is the largest force the Brutii are currently fielding in this area. And if we were to not, well, we don't want to rout the enemy army. What we want to do is utterly annihilate them. If we were to do that, we'd probably basically have free reign to take the rest of Sicily with little resistance from the enemy. So that is what I want to do at the end of the day. I want to absolutely obliterate our foe today. We want to just do it, we just want to do it. We just want to capture this entire island and drive the Brutii all the way back to the shores of Italy. So how we're going to start this deployment off is we're going to put our onagers at the front so we can basically get fire arrows just going immediately. If the Brutii do choose to charge at us, then we'll just try and retreat the crews back into safe line, try and drive off the Brutii, and then basically start this dance all over again. Because there is a high presence of legionaries who are armed with lovely, lovely pillums, we are going to put our weaker units first. So it's weaker foot forward, however this is just in order to enable us to basically endure a little less pilum fire all over the shop. Sacred Brand will make up the second line, so we shall have them there. We've got them deployed more or less to be 3-line specification that we usually like to go for. Yeah, I think I really should have put some Libyan spearmen in this army instead of 4 units of skirmishers, but at the same time these guys will provide some pretty decent missile support during a prolonged engagement, because, well, a constant rain of javelins will drive back our foes. We've got plenty of slings as well to put on the front line, so they are always useful. So we're going to put them right on our front. They can skirmish if the enemy gets close, but really what we can do here is, well, yeah, zip, zap, zop, start shooting them down if they start to get close. Elephants, yeah, unfortunately you're going to have to go all the way over there because there is a high presence of enemy artillery, and I just can't risk bringing the elephants in unless all that artillery is gone, and there's so much artillery in the field, it might actually be, I might actually not take it out. I suspect the Brutii will try to guard it. There's also just such a high volume to try and rout, it's going to be a bit of an effort. I'm also going to place my Iberian infantry just covering this flank as well. These guys are slightly upgraded, but these guys aren't really going to be cutting much mustard, but it's always useful just to have an extra flank guard. Actually, you know what? If I'm putting a cavalry on this flank, you know what? You guys will go here instead. Guard this flank. Just as an extra little... Basically, these guys are being a meat shield, but it always helps. And if need be, these guys can come out and provide some additional infantry support as I see fit. Anyway, that is our army build-up and our strategy. So we want to play for kills, so I am using the fireballs for my artillery, just because then we can just basically get massive kills should the Brutii deploy properly. And really, yeah, I mean, I'm just going to avoid fear tactics, but at the same time there is such an, well, not an overwhelming, I mean, we have the overwhelming numbers, but since the enemy is pretty tough and I lack my heavy hitters in a way, and I lack the ability to use my elephants, we may have to try and rout out a few units, but overall, the more Brutii we kill, and even if we can push them into a rout, then we can chase them down with everything, but basically, the more we kill, the easier capturing Sicily is going to be for us. So let's initiate this battle and get going. So artillery is already preparing to fire, and reinforcements are, let me guess, delayed. Just as I always expect. Reinforcements just... I think Sicily must just have like massive lag or something, or just exist in its own weird time zone. But ooh, a good initial barrage though starts to knock our foes down. It looks like the enemy has gotten wind that my reinforcements are running late, and are therefore going to bring a full assault forward. Luckily my artillery is firing at will, and we are getting the kills in. And they're not exactly deploying all the way, so it is giving my Balearic slingers the opportunity to start shooting in a few extra shots. So Onagers, target that urban cohort, because a little friend told me that Onagers always hit the unit behind the one you tell them to hit. So I know why we're going to try and target the urban cohorts, but we'll hit the Legionary and the Praetorian right behind it, because laws of physics and artillery. Brutii right now are holding position. I think they are going to try and get their artillery out and about against us. Good. Ooh, double whammy there, and nearly took one of his artillery. Right. Let's try and do something to keep the Brutii's man occupied. Cavalry. They're keeping our artillery close to the chest. However, if we start moving our cavalry out, I think we might be able to coax a reaction out of our foe. And maybe we might be able to coax a reaction, as in the artillery will go somewhere else. Units. It's a very close line, but I want you to... Ooh, good hit, by the way. Did we take one out there, by the way? No, we didn't, right. Right, because the enemy's going to do the exact same thing now, and they can do it, well, they can do it tenfold, right? So, infantry. Oh, dear, we lost a... Oh, shit, we lost an onager as well. That's not good, right? Artillery, or infantry. While the Brutii are not moving, pull your line back a little bit, just to try and avoid things like that happening. Should have kind of partitioned out how they move though, because a well-timed shot now is going to be absolutely fatal. But if we just try and move a little ways out of their range, ooh, we're being lucky so far as well in terms of being shot at. We might just be able to weather this storm out. I mean, that's why I've also got my cavalry on the move. God, some of these shots are getting risky. Alright, skirmishers. I'm going to keep you where you are actually, just in case the enemy tries to approach. I'm going to have you avoid skirmishing as well, because I want you guys to just try and buy time for my... Oh, dear. Right, that was painful, right. Enemies using their artillery quite freely. That's why we are just pulling the line back a little bit. Right, men, reform the line and get ready. Looks like I'm just managed... Well, we haven't probably pulled all the way out of our range, but we are pulling out of our range a little bit. It's just going to be a controlled retreat. So, right, Sacred Band... I need to do a controlled retreat backwards a little bit. I'm going to count to, I don't know, 10 or something. And then let my Poenis retreat a little further. We have got enemy incoming now, so, right. Slingers, try and skirmish out. Iberians, I know it's a massive folly to have you engage an enemy of Urbans, but at the same time, you're going to buy me some time. Mainly because I want to wait for reinforcements to arrive. So what we're doing now is we're going to just play for time. Looks like the enemy has also noticed my cavalry, so they are getting a little distracted in that sense. Onagers, try and target something. Onagers, keep targeting something. The enemy's kind of bunched up at the minute. We might just be able to take advantage of that. Skirmishers, just keep yourselves back here for a little bit. Slingers, you're fighting a good fight now. You're just getting some good shots out. I think the enemy has actually noticed my cavalry. They are trying and position our artillery now to hit me. That's good. That's going to buy time for my Poenis now to just to pull their line back a little bit. Especially while the enemy's just... I mean, there we go. That was another good shot. While the enemy's just being a little bit disorganized. So, infantry, if you just pull back to here, we might just have the enemy... I mean, yeah. This is what I want happening right now. The enemy artillery is more interested in taking out the general rather than anyone else. That is the useful thing about the general. He can be... I mean, it's not exactly the most fun job in the world, but he can be bait. And by being bait, it means some of the heavy hitters of the enemy army are just going to say, well, you know what, I want to go and start killing the general. It ain't going to work in the end. It just means I win in the end, because it means I get to run around, keep the enemy on the run. I'm basically playing games with them. Target the enemy general, by the way, or target the frontline unit. Just basically keep them busy. Right, what have we got chasing us, by the way? Velite gladiators. Right, they're not fun to deal with. Alright, I'm going to try and risk it for a biscuit now and just try and get a very quick charge against one of those enemy infantry units. Just while the Brutii continue to remain at the back, but a quick hit here. That's one unit of artillery out. Right. Don't spend long in here because it's gonna really piss the Brutii off. I'm going to try and reform their entire army to try and deal with this new threat now. That is me. But that was a really good hit there. That just bought us more time, and it bought us, well, it just actually got some Brutii to retreat, and it looks like we're going to retreat towards me as well. Very curious. Velite gladiators, by the way, just love following me around. Right, how are you doing, by the way? We are starting to lose stamina, so I can't keep this up forever, but it is working. May as well just try and keep the pace up for as long as possible. Right, how are we doing? Are we not firing at anything? Come on, let's get firing at stuff. Come on, come on, come on. Long we can do this, the better. I mean, reinforcements should hopefully arrive soon. I mean, I don't have a time or anything, but they're just delayed. I will say to myself out of hope. To be honest, for all we know, they could just be not turning up at all. But either way, just play the artillery game. Hit him. Oh, good hit. Oh, well, we only hit the crew. You didn't take out the Ondra itself, but still. Hitting the crew might make life easier for my cavalry, right? Looks like the Velite gladiators are getting a little bored, by the way. And they are actually losing a lot of stamina. Don't think we'll bring them down to the point of exhaustion though, but let's try and give them a bit better run around. Long shields, I want you to pull out this way. General, I want you to try and make your way towards my line now. The enemy general's up to something, by the way. Looks like the Brutii are going to try and move forward. So they're going to impact my slingers, which is going to be messy. But while they're doing that, I'm going to try and hit them where it hurts, right? Skirmishers are delaying the enemy charge for as long as possible. They're doing everything they can. It is going to push my units into a rout. Iberians right now are being smacked by the Praetorians, but there we go. Right, we're back.
And your strength grows
right.
once more.
Poenis, bring the line forward. We're joining the battle now. Reinforcements have arrived. We can do this one properly now. Let the enemy cavalry smack right into our Poeni infantry. The spears are down. The general's just going to get himself killed. Looks like you're a bit too bold this time, Sunshine. I mean, he's going to try and punch through. Sacred Band, keep him pinned down. Right, mercenary hoplites, engage the Praetorian. General's routing. Shit. Right, looks like my little micromanaged gamble didn't work. The Praetorian cavalry got involved. Right. That's not good, that's not good. That was a failure on my part, a failure for which I am now responsible. However, Long Shield Cavalry, hit their artillery. I want to try and get the elephants in here now. Artillery of my own, keep hitting over here, right? What have we got left to deal with? We've got some Praetorian cohort trying to hit us over here. It looks like they're trying to just keep themselves back now. And the enemy general's also going to get fucked, so there we go, right?
He does not stand, but runs away.
Captain Marx is out of here, right? Sacred Band, let's reform our line. We got to get in the game now. Reinforcements are inbound. It's still going to take them a little bit of time to arrive because they do have to get themselves physically to the field of battle. But at least Juba did manage to arrive, which is weird because I would have thought he would arrive pretty quickly since it's his town being sieged. But well, who am I to pass judgment? Either way, right? Long Shield Cavalry, we're gonna get. Oh fuck, they're routed. I just noticed him. I mean, come on, guys! You didn't even engage in combat and you're routed instantly. That's a new low for you guys. Right, how are we doing over here? We've got the well, we're Praetorians technically, but we've got those guys surrounded. They're basically trapped inside a very nasty pair of jaws. Enemy's still quite bundled up over here, so one of you keep hitting. The other one has actually lost its ammo, so I'm gonna have them pull out now. Right, we've still got inbound, right? Infantry, pull forward, prepare to help out because it's not gonna go well because they're just gonna try and pull themselves in the flank. I mean, slingers, try and hit them in the back as well. I am running out of slingers as well. Some of them are dying. Who's killing them? Oh, fuck. Praetorian cavalry's got on our flank. Shit, right. Those guys are always an issue, right? Where are they off now? They are looking for something to do, right? Sacred Band, turn, face, get ready for impact. I want additional... Iberian infantry, you guys aren't going to be useful. Right, point infantry, I don't know why you're moving backwards. It's really weird, but could you not do that? Right, how are we doing over here? Right, we pushed the enemy out. Good, right. Form a line near the artillery. Basically hit anything that's incoming. By the way, welcome back, Long Shield Cavalry. You are being chased, so let's get you out of here. Don't know what's chasing you. Urban cohort. Right, Sacred Band, they are for you to play with. Mercenary hoplites, I want you to lend a hand. Shield Cavalry, you're going to be fucking useless against Praetorian Cavalry, so I don't want you anywhere near them. For now, just line yourselves up and get ready. Right. You guys, get ready. Slingers. They're not looking at you, sir. Oh, well, skirmishers, yeah. Basically, they're not looking, sir. Hopefully a volley will... Well, we took at least one of them out. That's a start, right. You guys are out of ammo as well. Get yourselves out of there, right. Praetorians are going to just keep killing what they wish for. They're just going to keep having their fun, right. Sacred Band, we need to try and get in there. Get a line formed up and be quick, because right now this battle is becoming really disorganised, and that's not going to work out for us, right. Long shields, I want you over there. Don't engage Praetorians. They're going to try and engage you because they're only going to engage you because they know they can win. Right, you lot. Let's try and get this line sorted out now. The Brutii are pulling back a little bit. They haven't sounded an official retreat order yet, so we're alright on that angle. Praetorian cavalry are now trying to hit my sacred band. That's a pretty depleted unit, so they're not gonna last long at all. But they have actually got distracted by the oh, the routing. Good. Right. I don't like fighting those guys, so to be honest, even if I rout, I'll let them loose for now. Even though that goes against the objectives I was going for, but for now, slingers, get a volley into them, hit them while they're running. I haven't heard a retreat order going yet, but I think they're actually in a full retreat at this point. They are not exactly playing ball with us. Elephants, you know what? The artillery's fallen silent. Well, not quite silent. Looks like some of the artillery's still in this game. How are they at? No, they're pulling out. Right. They're pulling back. Right, elephants getting cavalry getting we're gonna pull everything we have into this battle now. Whether or not my allies want to help is a different question, because it looks like they just don't want to help today. They actually just turned up, looked threatening, and I've done all the work here. So thank you, allies, for your valuable contribution, which will not be noted in battle. Slingers, any slingers who still have ammo, try and get yourselves in here. I know you guys are pretty far back. I mean, I know basically, look, it hasn't been the best battle, I know, guys, because, look, it's been a bit disorganised. It's been a bit here, there, and everywhere, but either way, it was a little bit of a micromanagement test, that one, and all I wanted to do really was I just wanted to buy enough time for my reinforcements to arrive, which we did do. We accomplished that objective, and I think we accomplished it quite nicely. I think when the Brutii attacked, we just lost our bottle a little bit, so we have to try and make sure that doesn't happen again. Right. They're retreating, but I think some of them are trying to get back into their artillery crews. So, long shield cavalry, I want you to tidy them up. And elephants are not going to reach the objective in time. So, you know what? Artillery crews are just going to get themselves organised anyway. So, just try and pull towards an enemy cohort of your choice. But, quite a lot of enemies are escaping. And, oh, come on, guys. Did you get... Fucking hell, long shield cavalry. Sometimes, I think you guys just live to embarrass me. Well, elephants are coming in, already shooting off their first few volleys. Slingers, call it a day now. Don't want stones getting in, causing accidental flurry. They are trying to get an onager prepped. I think they actually are going to try and launch something at us, but it isn't going to work out because we've got in there, we've punched through their crew. Crews are beginning to retreat and rout. And also, yeah, these guys are just fodder, really. We're not designed to deal with an elephant up close, only at a long range with a big burning rock. Right, elephants, make it quick. Come on. Got them down to steady. They should be lower than that. I mean, come on, elephants, you can do better. Shaker's a good start, but I want them stirred up and I want them routing. Come on. There we go. They're frightened by the elephants, by the way. That's what I like. I'm frightened by... Oh, hello there, random slinger, by the way, who's joining in. And the one who's dying. These guys are still fighting their corners, so... That's always a bit of a noise. But there we go. Right, you've broken through. Right, elephants. Get moving and get doing what you need to do. By the way, once more, thank you, person who told me that double-clicking with the right mouse actually just makes units run on their own. That is such a micromanagement time saver, and also just makes things easier for me, because when I just know things are actually running if I've done the good old double-click trick. Right, you guys, just don't get involved anymore. Just call it a day now. Let the elephants take over. They're going to chase down whatever hasn't escaped yet, but either way, the Brutii have run off. And they've taken a lot of our army with them. What percentage am I looking at here at the end of the day? 33, not good enough. Only a third of our army is being wiped out by my forces, and mainly just by my artillery. Maybe I should have been a bit more aggressive. Maybe I should have tried to engage a bit more. But at the same time, if I was more aggressive, I think we would have lost. There was not really a way around it. If we'd gone straight in with our slingers, our cohort, well, not our cohorts, but you know, with our slingers, our phalanxes, our sacred bands, I think the Brutii would have just overwhelmed my initial army and just taken me out, because let's face it, it would have just been a 1v1. My reinforcements, I'm going to have to just say, Juba, you've dropped, well, not Juba, Juba died because I failed him. I'm sorry, Juba. But Vettias Sauntites, you've let me down a bit in this battle. Not only were you late, you were lazy. You can't just move your army in now, like, way after the battle's over. I mean, you should have really been making the effort to make up for lost time. Unfortunately, I don't really get much of a say in what goes on. Luckily, my elephants have managed to engage a few of the enemy cohorts before they escaped. Probably not going to go too well for the elephants. They are already shaken and on the brink of routing. However, I'm going to take what I can get and just get as many kills in as I can before the elephants berserk or run away. If they berserk, then it's okay, because they're not going to exactly berserk all over me, and the Brutii are probably just going to run away anyway, so... Basically, either way, I've won. And, you know, this is a nice little finishing present for me. I mean, has that pushed our numbers up a little bit? Let's see. Yeah, it's given us an extra 10%, so I like to see that, an extra 10%. Alright, mow down whatever's left before it escapes. There we go. The more you kill, the better you do. You've done a good job, elephants. You managed to at least get some good cleanup done before the end of the battle. Give yourselves a pat on the trunk, or pat yourselves on the back of your trunks, or whatever you want to do. Anyway, you guys did pull it through for me in the end, and I thank you for your services to Carthage. Now we must plan how we take advantage of our victory, even though it's not the best victory, but there'll be something we can do with it. There's always something you can do with a victory. We just need to work out what it is. We just sit down and do a little bit of strategy. Oh, and also spend all that money we made from sacking Batavium, because, yeah, we are sitting on a nice little nest egg there. Okay, is that everyone escaped at this point? Anyone left? Shouldn't be, really. Yeah, who's left? Anyone left? No one left? Shouldn't be anyone left. Hello, Brutii. Anyone left in this battle? No, I think that's actually the entire battle done. So, let's just triple speed this wall until the game says you win. There we go. A clear victory for us. Even though, yeah. Vettias, you may as well have just not turned up, really. And I did lose... Well, actually, losses weren't as bad as I thought they were. We did lose 616 men, however, so that is still quite a serious loss. But could have been much worse for us, if I'm honest. And at least we do have quite a few men remaining. We'll have to do some admin, but at the same time, we have taken out about 1,000 enemies, so yeah. Not the worst performance. We haven't done as bad as I thought I did. Well, it's bringing in a tidy 320 kills at the end of the day, so those guys really did bring it out. General 78, Long Shield Cavalry bringing 78. Oh, they also got a promotion, as did one of the onagers with 158 kills, so that onager did brilliant. Other one did 70. I suspect that was one that got taken down, and yeah, good performance overall, really. I mean, my army did good. Vettias's didn't try. So it might be Vettias's I send on campaign next, because, yes. At least we do have a reinforcements of that's for Gisco coming in, who might be able to tip this over, but still don't feel like we killed enough enemies. And also the enemy general still lives. That's a threat.
Victory is ours,
However, he has just fled to sea. That's a little opportunity for us, and if he's going back to sea. I also have someone nearby who might be able to sink him. Milkarim, you outrank him. Milkarim, get in there and take him out. That'd be a brilliant advantage for us. If you sink him, you will be made Admiral of Admirals. Alright, clear victory, sir. Oh! Painful, right. Well, I'm not going back on my word now. You are Admiral of Admirals, Admiral Milkarim. You are, like, Chief Admiral of everything. Like, seriously. That army is now wiped out. We've got the advantage. We'll do this. Okay, you. Since you can scope out Messana, go and scope out Messana and give me an intel report. What we know is... There's nothing there. Right, no, but nobody's home. Good. But just because nobody's home doesn't mean that's a victory. That means the Brutii still have a trick up their sleeve. That means, you know, they're going to probably spout reinforcements from nowhere. You guys, you know what, I know you're only 13. Go back to the city for retraining, right? So let's just quickly make sure we've got everyone sorted out. Anyone who's depleted is going back in the city. Right, let's just buddy up these guys. You guys can go back into the city. Sacred Band, your numbers are doing relatively okay, so we'll keep you in. Balearic Slingers, unfortunately we're going to part company with you because your numbers are now just too low. Long Shield Cavalry, yeah, we'll send for better Long Shield Cavalry. Vettias, by the way, you're leading. I don't care if you're not exactly a general, but you do have additional command when you are on the attack. And you've been in the war, so you do have extra health. Then again, is it actually? But then again, actually, you know what? I need to take him because Messana's going to need a governor once I capture it. And Messana, being probably a natively Roman city, I mean, it did once belong to me. It was actually my first conquest in this entire campaign, which is a very long time ago. But that was the first settlement I took off the Romans, and that was basically a settlement when everything went wrong because the Brutii said, "Hang on a minute, we ought to stop this." So that was the first settlement with Scipii I lost, so that was a basic beginning of a slippery slope. Yeah, but you're leading. It does put Lilybaeum in lower standing, unfortunately, but probably if we switch to a growth build policy... It actually doesn't do shit. Right, brilliant. Well, let's retrain what we have, and let's, because I need a general... Oh, actually, do I need it? No, right. Vettias, you can return to the city if you want, but we need extra troops in this army. We're going to need a big garrison in order to maintain order in the city, so I want you to take, basically, loads more Poeni, and, you know, I want a 20-stack army. Sounds like, it sounds, I mean, I know someone's going to say it sounds really wasteful sending a 20-stack army to take out this, but what I'm thinking about is the long game, and the long game is the Brutii are going to go hang about, this isn't right, and they're going to throw everything I have at Messana to retake it as soon as I grab it, so that is why I'm putting this slot in here. And yeah, also take a full unit of long shield cavalry, and yeah, 20-stack army ready to go. Messana, we actually could reach this turn, and he's there. Manius Cruel. Manius, I'm gonna have you live up to your name. See how many of my men you can kill, or I'm just gonna cruelly kill you, because guess what? This turn you actually get wiped out because your army broke it. You know, well, your army didn't break, but it looks like your tactical genius you just promoted decided to foolishly flee to the seas where my navy was in wait. It's almost like I trapped this and planned it all along, when really I didn't. It was actually just Captain Marcus being stupid. But right, onagers, it's going to be a big wall to take down. However, I've got 2 of you. You should be enough to do this. See that the wall falls and ensure my victory. You may commence your assault. It's us against Manius. I mean, he is a general's bodyguard. He is quite meaty though. He had... Oh, by the way, he's a hypochondriac. But yeah, what is a hypochondriac, by the way? Pain is a constant companion to this man. Disease stalks him at every moment. He thinks he's ill, but he isn't. Still, he sounds cruel, but I don't think we've ever faced this guy in battle. I think this guy has that. Yeah, there's a gourmand as well, so he's actually a bit of a fatty. I think this guy's been avoiding us. Well, judgment must come to all, even those who are big stupid fucking Romans. So let's face it, it's very overpowered, and I want to see him die with my own eyes. So therefore, let us do this. Let us sound the advance, capture Messana, and prepare for what's probably going to be the mother of all counterattacks if the Brutii suddenly get their shit together. But this is where we make my history, and we turn Sicily from a long and bloody stalemated campaign into a quick victory.
Saddle the horses. Drink the last of your wine.
Drink your wine, men. We don't have time to waste. The turn's taking its time. You guys are probably already tired from your last battle, though some of you are fresh units who are joining us in, but luckily everyone's just fresh anyway. Either way, onagers, simple task. Take the wall, and we get in the city. So we're going to take this wall, and we basically have direct access to the plaza. We're going to just march in anything that is anti-cavalry in. So it's just it literally... We're not even we're sending in the Poeni infantry only. We're not sending in the Sacred Band. Those guys are too valuable, and I don't really want casualties. The Poenis are enough in number to basically mob the enemy general and take him out. Take the mercenary hoplites with you as well, just as an extra unit. But basically, look, it's you lot who are doing it. Everyone else, you're not exactly taking 5. You're going to observe this battle from afar, and you're going to move in once we have victory. Don't think you're resting on your laurels up. We've got a lot of sacking to do, and also, not just that, we've got to make sure we are ready to hold this city, because we will face off a large-scale counter-attack. Is what's in my head. I'm probably being paranoid, and I might be wrong, and I hope I'm wrong, but a large-scale counter-attack could be on the cards once we take this town. I think the Brutii aren't going to sit by idly and let me take Messana for free. I mean, it basically means I have a capital surrounded and I control the majority of Sicily, and I'll be making hungry eye looks at Italy, because this is putting the Brutii on the brink now. Messana looks like a big town. It's a happening town. It's also where their faction leader's currently camped out and is basically being abandoned by all his men. Either he's foolishly sent them out to attack me out of foolishness, or he has actually just basically gone, you know what? Well, actually, all the men have just gone, you know what? We don't like him. He's dragged us into this... Well, he didn't drag us into war with me, because this war's been going on for, God knows, nearly a century now. But, yeah, he's basically, I think the Brutii might be getting a little bit sick of me, and maybe there's even some treacherous ones in among the bunch who kind of want peace with me at the end. Want to just call it a day, have us coexist, but unfortunately that will never happen because fuck you, Brutii. On and just take the walls down. We've got a city to take here. We're not wasting time. Just ensure your shots are accurate enough just to get me in that wall and, you know, no missing, basically. No missing. I mean, there we go. We're just going to power our way through it. And I know someone out there is going to say auto-resolve, but let's face it, if we auto-resolve, the enemy general's just going to cheat and somehow kill my entire army. That will just happen. No, instead we must take him out myself, because he's a faction leader, and I like to see him die with my own two eyes just to verify it happens. We've already had one general escape on our watch, but luckily he managed to find himself meeting a very watery grave. Let's make sure this one hits a more satisfying blood-filled grave. Okay, we've already got that wall most of the way down. It's probably about halfway down. I mean, we don't seem to have a readout on it, because I'm guessing we're just not close enough. Right, come on, 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 come on. There we go, going down quickly. The only thing about this town having a bad garrison means I don't get to have a comedy routine of watching an entire unit of urban cohort get flattened by their own walls like the Brutii are always so reliably doing. Oh well. I guess you don't appreciate what you have until you've lost it.
Cowardly enemy cannot hide! You have breached the walls!
Okay, walls.
Begin the slaughter!
Oh yeah, it's gonna be a slaughter. Okay, all Poeni are to move in now. Just basically move in a nice column formation. Get yourself set up there. You may get fired at by one of the towers. If it does happen, unfortunately, the best advice I'm going to have for you today is just tank it. You're just going to have to tank it this time. I'm not playing for towers. I'm not playing for wall captures. It was literally, I mean, literally, it's a simple from point A to point B kind of assault. I mean, onagers, if you want to, you can take out a tower, but honestly, is it gonna be worth it? Well, if it is, you can do it, but honestly, yeah, take it out for fun. Because, I mean, I'm going to have to repair the walls anyway, so I may as well just do a bit more damage if I want to. So it's going to take a turn to repair because magic. Well, the shots don't seem to land very accurately. Oh, wait, actually, the shots didn't land accurately, but it still made the wall blow up in a way, probably out of embarrassment. It's scared of us. It's very scared of us, but once more, it's just like a Kit Kat analogy that I made up one day. It's like watching someone peel the chocolate off a Kit Kat, which is quite a hard task to do anyway, but, you know, underneath that thick, stony exterior is a smooth, wafery bit of stone. Doesn't sound as appealing as a Kit Kat, but Kit Kats are still one of the best chocolate bars ever. And the tower's wiped out, by the way. Onagers, you did a fantastic job on that one. You can take out the gatehouse tower if you want, just before it starts slaughtering my men. Whether or not you succeed in this, I don't know, but I don't know, once more, just have some fun with it. Just don't want any buildings taken out because, well, that temple over there looks quite Baalish. I guess there's some Brutii who realise that I have the superior gods, so thank you, Brutii, who for that. That gets me off to a head start in my recruitment of Sacred Band. Obviously, I'm nowhere near it, but hey, it means I don't have to pay for tearing down the temple and replacing it with mine. I've already got one on the go. I guess a Brutii just can't be bothered governing half the time. Gatehouse is taking some minor damage, by the way, but yeah, it's going to basically just last it, so it isn't really going to work, and the honors are actually out of ammo now. So we did 11% at the end of the day. Yeah, not a bad figure. Anyway, everyone is now making their way into the city. He is probably quaking in his boots. I mean, you may think he has the finest cavalry the Brutii ever had, even though probably the finest cavalry the Brutii ever had now find themselves covered underneath bits of wrecked ship in the Mediterranean. He's still going to probably try and hope he has a false sense of security, but let's face it, I think even he knows he's fucked. He knows that, you know, Fatty McBrutii is gonna meet a very, very phatic death. I don't know what phatic means. Look, we're just gonna stab him. We're just gonna shiv him. End of story. Okay, I'm going to just reform your formation a little bit, lads. Form up like this. You might get the attention of a general doing so. I don't know, but basically I want you to get like that, and basically we're going to close in on him, surround him, kill him. That is all you got to do. I mean, there's plenty of you. I mean, here they come. Here comes the best army in the world. Look at all those lovely Poeni infantry. Maybe they're only, I mean, yeah, they are second to my Sacred Band, but you know what, these guys still make a very reliable and very nice main line for my army. You know, because not every city's recruiting Sacred Bands, so for those cities that can't recruit them, these guys do the job just fine, especially when you put a few upgrades on them. They don't perform better than Sacred Band, of course, but you know what, these guys, I feel like sometimes the Poenis, while I do spam them out a lot, so I don't think I give those guys enough credit. They really do try, and they really do put the effort in. They do break eventually, but they don't break immediately like other units we couldn't mention. No, they do the job. They really, really do. Anyway, still taking too long for us to get in. By the way, victory seems certain in this battle. Only an idiot would lose. Enter me, but then again, I'm not an idiot, like I just try to self-deprecatingly announce, but yeah, I trust my abilities in Total War enough to do this. Did I mention that people were asking me to play a Western Roman campaign on Barbarian Invasion, by the way? Because people want me to play a Western Roman campaign on Barbarian Invasion, by the way, which is the expansion pack to this game. The one that isn't Alexander, which is... Well, I've actually played neither expansion pack for this game ever. But it don't take a fool and anyone who's watched any dev videos on Attila to know that playing as a Western Roman Empire is probably tantamount to computer suicide, because I would probably throw this computer out of a window as soon as I started playing it, probably because I would lose very, very quickly. Even if people do claim I'm now good at this game, and to be honest, I'm only really good through people actually helping me. Anyway, that's not really a bad thing to admit. Help is a good thing to have. It's good. You can't learn everything on your own. Anyway, Poenis, let's start moving in and get ready for the kill. Break up into little squads of 2, and basically you know what to do from there. So little squads of 2. So you 2, I want you on the back. Looks like the enemy's just going to move in anyway. They're just going to say, hang about, he's on the move. We might just be able to sweep him here. Right, guys, get in there. He's just about to go right for a full frontal impact. He is going to try and bank around our flanks a little bit. He's going to have a little bit of control on this flank, but overall, right now, he's getting mulched. Elephants, I'm tempted to actually get you in on this battle as well. I'm going to have you guys just speed it up a little bit, so I want you guys just to break phalanx, and basically, I want you just to try and get a little bit of momentum up, just so we can make sure we're getting in there and we're engaging in quickly. These Poenis are good, remember, I mean, I do say my Poenis are good, however, they're not invincible. So we need to get in there and we need to slaughter this guy, because he does claim to be cruel and he might be sadistic enough to wipe out quite a few of my men very quickly. So let's make sure that he isn't getting the advantage, because yeah, basically the core is breaking now. The core of my army has broken. Luckily we still have enough to surround him. We've basically managed to we've still got enough. Oh, there he goes.
Have smiled. The arrogant Roman leader is dead, and his men feel your wrath.
I think the Brutii have been feeling my wrath for quite a while now, but I'll take that. The Wrath of Carthage. Now that sounds like a title for a really good movie. Fuck, that's probably going to be the title of this episode now. The Wrath of Carthage. Feel my wrath, Brutii. This is for every time you took a settlement off me. This is for every time I lost a battle to you in the early campaign. This is just where you get absolutely wrecked. That their leader, his bodyguard, is now crumbling. It's basically like watching that part of The Last Jedi where... Oh, fuck it. I mean, it's been long enough now. Look, Snoke dies, he gets cut in half, and then the dudes in red with filthy Roman names just basically get wrecked because, yeah. Those guys didn't really have a fun life. They just got absolutely mulched. Like, really mulched. So much about my Poetni I'm even going to bother with their spear, and that's probably because I didn't put them back into phalanx formation, but they can just think, ah, sod it, we'll just take them on with swords now. But nah, get your spears down, lads. Do it by the book now. There we go. Right, good. Manius down. Messana is mine. I'm going to do a little bit of sacking. All a very good day.
And all the sweeter for being so decisive.
Couldn't we have just made it a crushing victory this once? I know it wouldn't count as a crushing victory, but fuck it, right? Manius is down. He did manage to somehow take 275 of my men, so I'll credit that he's quite the fighter. However, he didn't put enough enough fight. He still had 2,225 men-ish, sort of, to take out, and, well, he didn't do a very good job of it. He only made his way through 11% of my army, so, yeah. Better luck next time, except there won't be a next time, because you're gone forever. So long, Brutii. Bye-bye. Alright, the faction isn't quite wiped out yet, unless it is, when I am going to have a fit laughing, but, by the way, Poetis who got promoted in the field, very well done to you. Skirmishers who got promoted in the field, what the fuck, but whatever. Either way, well done to anyone who got promoted in the field. Victory is mine. Okay, go for a full-on looting. We need to get looting. Yeah, alright, the Brutii are actually still in the game. I actually managed to land an extra army. Captain Augustus is in the area now. However, yeah, it actually makes it a good thing I can go for Syracuse. But, yep, this is futile, and Messana is mine. Another little bit of Sicily now sits nicely in the palm of my pretty little hand. And I think that's actually a very good place to call it an episode. Switch out to a growth build policy to just try and win the people over, build up the temple, retrain whatever you can, and we're prepared to mobilise within the next turn, or at least we're going to wait for Gisco to arrive now. But that is where we are going to call it a day for today, my friends. And what have we achieved? Well, we've achieved a lot, really, in a very short amount of time. We managed to save Lilybaeum and break up the enemy army, no thanks to my reinforcements, but at the same time, he managed to foolishly retreat to the seas, where he basically met his watery grave. We've also managed to eliminate the current leader of Brutii. There will be another one lurking somewhere. By the way, we could build the Ludus Magna, which is the best school ever, with a stupid name. But yeah, he's down. The faction leader's down. The Brutii may now have to endure a little bit of chaos, unless the new leader is kind of a guy who knows what he's doing. But then again, he's probably someone we haven't met yet. But actually, no, it's probably this guy, isn't it? It is. It's Lentulus Arathful. I haven't quite met him in the field yet, I believe. But to be honest, he looks like a bit of a dozy bugger, so you'll meet his end soon. We're coming to Syracuse very, very soon. So I look forward to arriving there, which we may do next episode, or something else will happen, I do not know. For that is the future, and the future is unknown. But there are some things about the future we can predict with 100% accuracy. That is one, I'm going to do something about Segesta, because that's just annoying me. And two, the Brutii are now on the brink of defeat. They now sit with only 3, alright, 4, because they probably have Capua at this point. Yeah, they sit with 4 provinces left now, for soon going to be 3. They've basically been reduced to nearly the level of a Julii, except the Julii are rebuilding, and we shall stop them from rebuilding. We'll also have a little conversation with the Britannians to try and secure a friendship with them. But once more, that is all for the next episode, so let us not beat around the bush, and I shall see you on the next episode. So have a fantastic evening, and I'll see you there.